Peace world. What's going on, y'all? Hope everybody bless. Y'all know the rules. Wipe your feet when you hit the door. You know what's in store, man. Serius J, when that's the only great one left. We live again, once again, chopping this stuff up like hibachi, man. You know, we back at it like an addict. Like, comment, subscribe. Excuse me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn the post notifications on so you can know when we on. Gonna talk this real talk and kick it around like Pele, man. Hope everybody feeling well today. Let's get this thing going like we always do about this time. This one is interesting, man. You ever felt like you're watching a movie, like, and you've seen the unedited scenes that didn't make it to the cut, right? Like everybody else thinks they're watching the same movie, but you saw edits that's out of the movie that you like, oh, but they don't even know about this part, right? That's how I kind of feel about this situation, right? Salute, Jermaine. Salute, black man. What's going on? Yeah, this right here is like an interesting thing, right? Because y'all know how we do it. I like to, you know what I'm saying, ask where y'all from, you know what I mean, get a little, brief tap in before we get to the, meat of the sandwich pause, right? But as you know, and I gotta tell you all the time, hit the like when you come in the door. Shout out to the people that's just coming in here. Hit that like when you wipe your feet when you come in the door, so we can make sure the video actually does well, right? To be honest with y'all, I see some of my YouTube competitors, I guess it ain't no competition because we all, it's enough money for everybody, but some of the other people I see on YouTube, they're posting a lot more than me. You know what I'm saying? They're almost every day with it, several times a day, etc. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you see the numbers, you see that it's money, it makes sense. But I still just haven't got to the place that, where I just have that much life to just throw at y'all or some, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna start making stuff up. I'm not gonna start saying things I don't feel, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get more, you know what I mean, frequent, but it's gonna be more material than just these lives, right? That's the thing. Hey, hit that like button, like I said though. New people that's already here, hit that like, man. All right? I don't like having to keep saying it because it makes it seem like I'm pandering for likes or something, right? But that should just be a prerequisite. When you come in the house, wipe your feet at the door, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just respect. That's just courtesy. Even if you want to turn around once you in the house and start trolling, whatever you want to do, but make sure you hit that like when you come in here, man. And if you rock with me, hit the share. Hello? Hit the share. Hit the notification. Let someone else know. Oh, Jones is over here live, talking that talk that he be doing, that I be tuning into sometimes. Hey, y'all, check it out. What I be checking out. That's all. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Basics. You know, you said I like this energy. I appreciate that, Zara. What up, Brick City in the building? What's happening? School? Yup. Don't know what that means. Too many people in here. You don't like competition? Oh, well, I mean, if you know who I am, baby, then you know there's a whole lot of competition for attention. But see, little do they know, I'm more into genuine interactions, right? So if you actually wanted to talk to me and you're actually a woman, like your avatar might suggest right there, it's easier ways to talk to me. Got my Instagram also. You can follow me on Instagram. The Real Serious Jones. All right. Well, check this out. Love, 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 love. Yeah, I don't be having YouTube relationships. But, you know, if somebody really wants to tap in with me, they can. That's all I'm saying. So he said, right, if they are women, they probably 13. Yeah, word. It's crazy. Have I been smoking tonight? No. Actually, I'm not smoking right now. I am drinking a little Pinot Grigio, just a little glass. But okay, so let's get to it, right? So Famous Richard, do y'all know who Famous Richard is? Famous Richard's a YouTuber, comedian, I guess you could say influencer, young brother from Chicago that's always saying, on King David, on King David, right? Yes, that's right, Rusty Hart, the kid from Chicago, okay? And the irony is, let's start from the beginning, all right? Let's start from the beginning. I'm in the studio, right? I had just came home, from doing, my little time that I had to do. And I'm just getting back to work, right? And when I'm getting back to work, my studio sessions, especially at this point, are like a real vibe. Like we really cooking up from scratch in there. I'm just plugging my phone up, and this is like it's like a band type of vibe, right? Because we're making the beats from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Everything right there is organic. It's happening right there, right? So people will be in the lab, and sometimes there'll be people just hanging out around the lab, and instead of like kind of shutting them out of the session, if they vibe seems cool, if they seem like they ain't tripping, if they ain't doing too much, I'll let them kick it, right? So there's this kid that he just sits in the back of the studio, quiet, he ain't bothering nobody. And he was there a few times when I started my session. So normally I clear out everybody out the studio out, especially if I don't know nobody. If I don't know these dudes, I don't feel comfortable, like usually, recording in a session with a bunch of dudes I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they, some YNs, it's wintertime, they got the ski masks and the snorkels and all that. All right, look, y'all finish our session? Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my session going, and boom, right? If I bring some homies to the studio or some girls or some other energy, which usually I don't, right? Usually I really like solitude in the studio. I like sometimes if it's a crowd, if they're a crowd of people that actually are good crowd. And what I mean by that is there's some people that do add to a studio session, right? If there's some young, they ain't gotta be young. I don't mean to be rude to my older ladies. If I see you new people, make sure y'all hit y'all that like double tap when you come up in the chat. All right. Make sure you know what I'm saying you keep us in the algorithm rhythm and how we supposed to be, man. And you know it's me, so show me that love, man. Come on now. But so you know how like there's some women that they actually are musically inclined. I don't mean to say actually like that's not a thing, but there's some women that's musically inclined that have good taste, that have good style, that when they hear a beat, they're in the studio, they can, ooh, this is hard. They like that, right? That's what you want out of women in the studio, right? There's some guys that really just want the ego part. They just want to be the man. That's the rapper. You got some girls there. You got your chain on. You smoking weed, and you like, yeah, I'm a rapper. I'm in the rap vibe because I'm in the studio. Yeah, doing some trash. And they're just sitting there. They're looking at you. They don't care that you're trash. They're only there because of, I guess, your name or whoever you are, and they're not really trying to, they're not trying to be a part of the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Those is the women that you don't need, right? Because they're not gonna tell you, I don't like this one, right? I want them type of females around. I want females around that aren't scared to not just talk out of turn, but allow their creative feminine energy to be utilized. Hello, right? So that aren't committed to the energy and the vibe in the room, right? You just want to be in the studio with a rapper. It's girls like that. It's a woman that's trying to talk to me now that doesn't even understand that, like, her whole vibe is a turn off to me. Because you look at it as an accomplishment to get around and get next to rappers. You think that's networking. Oh, I got to get in this VIP section. I got to get in the studio with such and such. You posted clips behind the scenes like you with a rapper, thinking that makes you look like anything other than a groupie. Now, if you were doing some type of business with these rappers, if you were doing something that translates into a product, something that people can see, it ain't just some, oh, it's a lifestyle, I'm just lit. No. You literally are extra. You're just a baddie to be in the section. That's not a viable product. That's not putting you in a position to be able to use that. How are you using that? Besides telling people that I'm around. They let me come around, right? We don't need no shorties like that in the lab, right? I don't care if you a nerd, you ain't even sexy like that, whatever. If you got good vibes, you got a good ear, and you got good energy, that's what grants you access to my studio sessions, right? To you being able to come now. If we in a club and we're somewhere else, and you're not that attractive of a woman, of course that's not gonna be the first person that I just say, "Ooh, yeah, bring her up here," right? But respectfully, I'm saying all this to say that sometimes there are people that wind up in a session that they ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't know them, right? It ain't got nothing to do with how cool they are, or how lit they are, or how sexy she is, or none of that. It's just somebody that happened to be around, didn't rock the boat, and seemed cool enough to where it's like, fine, you could stay, right? They could stay. Leave them. It's all right. Yeah, they chilling. They ain't bothering nobody. There was a guy like this. I never heard the guy's voice, right? No disrespect to him. I say I'm not comparing him to a female. I'm just saying that this is somebody that was around that I never looked at as a distraction to the vibe because they never said anything. I never even heard this guy's voice. Guess who the guy is? Famous Richard. A few different times, it got to the point where he was cool enough to me to where it's like if he had a chick or something, or he could call a chick to come through, I don't care. I don't mind, right? So he'll just be sitting there with him and somebody, or or he'll just be sitting there in the back. But I would just literally just be doing my 1-2, and I use people. I use people like that's what you're supposed to, a businessman. You're supposed to use people. You're supposed to bounce them off other people, see how they react to it. What's up, new people? Wipe your feet. And if you just came in the door, man, you know what's the score. If you actually are gifted in artistry, you know what I'm saying, and creativity, you use the energy around you. You use the people around you. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Yeah, that's right, Dilly. He said, make sure y'all hit that like. Yes, man. That's right. Right? That's not the moral of the story, D Hood Riller. Don't be trying to make my stories up. Just have some patience and let me finish it, brother. Respectful. But that is a thing. The company around you can get you in trouble. But that's not what we're talking about. So, what's up, new people? I see y'all. Hit that like. We chopping it up about somebody. It's a real story, right? So, boom. So, I never really spoke to dude like that. I didn't hear his voice for months. And then finally, it was like a little convo because I really wanted to know, like, yo, who is this dude that just be in the back quiet, don't be saying nothing, da 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 da, right? And when I did hear him talk, I'm like, oh, he from Chicago. I heard the accent. I'm like, oh, okay, he from Chicago. That's a Chicago accent, right? So I'm like, all right. So, you know what I mean? Get on King David, da 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 da, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. This is before he had put any videos out, right? He wasn't doing, he wasn't going with all the, the videos, the cops, all this stuff, right? Then boom, one day, ironically, here's the irony: the studio that I was going to in Manhattan, I won't say his name because I don't want, I don't want to make him think I'm trying to disrespect him or nothing. But he had the idea to have another room that, let me give y'all some free game. If you are a studio owner, and I know there's a lot of people that might pay attention to me, or whatever, that are into the music world, so you might have studios, right? You might actually rent out studio time, stuff like that. If you rent out studio time and you have an establishment, the worst idea that you can have is to have a cheap option for street, uh what word will I use, because I don't want to get banned by YouTube again. What demonetized, whatever you call it. Street guys that are like corner boys that ain't got nowhere else to go. That is not a good idea for you to have a $20 room. Well, look, if y'all ain't got nowhere to go, y'all can just come chill in the $20 room all day. You know why? Because you're literally giving someone a place to conduct their criminal enterprise. Niggas would be like, oh, word, I could just serve out of here. I could just chill in here all day. Be in here smashing joints, have my niggas coming through here. You just made an outlet for them to bring a whole bunch of energy from the streets to your establishment, right? Because you made it affordable for people that otherwise would never come around. So there's a such thing as too accessible, right? You made it too accessible. So basically, I started noticing when I would come to the lab. I'm walking through and it just looked like the front of a project building or something. And I'm like, oh wait, they got a section in here or something? Oh no, they next door. They in the other room. Yo, bro, listen. Hey, they money green. All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you trying to get every dollar, but you know what I'm saying? There's a certain thing about managing the energy of your spot. Hit that like if you're new. I see the numbers going up. I want to see them thumbs ups going up all the way up like a turtleneck. Come on now, we on this thing together now. Don't do that to me anyway. So I'm like, I kind of had a feeling something was going to happen, right? Why somebody get dome shot? Somebody wound up getting clapped in the head in the same studio that I would go to every day. Whatever the argument, whatever the altercation was, somebody gets shot in the head. The way NYC plays about stuff like that, they just shut your establishment down, right? Something like that happens in your club, something like that happens in your studio, your barber shop, whatever. Usually they're gonna shut you down, right? So you wind up shutting down the studio. Ironically, after this, as I start seeing all the videos of Famous Richard now running up on the police. You know what I'm saying? I'll take your pipe, which he doesn't, that's a pause anyway in New York, but Chicago language, whatever. That's really crazy to say to somebody. I'll take your pipe. It's like, whoa. But whatever. He was doing his viral, angle. And this is what the irony of it is. I watched this man not only be quiet in terms of literally not saying anything, but obviously it was a strategic maneuver for you coming to New York, just being around in the studio, soaking the vibe when you're not even working, right? Because I guess you want to be somewhere other than just your hotel room, right? Or just in your whatever, right? So he would just be in the studio. He would be around. He would be in positions to meet all the rappers, to be soaking the vibe. And he was like this. So I know he has the ability, right, to be focused, to be disciplined, to have self-control, right? Fast forward, now he's viral for being a super troll, for doing one of the most dangerous types of trolling that you can do, which is to the police, which is to people who, for the most part, aren't cool. there are some, police officers and cops that are cool people as humans that, what I'm saying, outside of the fact they have a uniform on or a badge or whatever, they you wouldn't, if you meet them in real life, they might be cool, right? You might not even know, right? There are some like that. I've ran into a few. But for the most part, you playing with people that don't even know how to play for real, right? They get nervous and ever, oh, yo, hey, yo. They ready to clap you just off reflex. So for you to make that your staple, one is crazy. That's a crazy stance to take as your viral twist. The thing you do. My thing is, I go mess with the police and tell them I'm taking their straps away from them. Like, that's something that off the bat is a super bad approach, right? And Rich, I know you, bro. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to disrespect you at all. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm even speaking on this is because honestly, it was on my heart to. And I just ran into Rich recently, right? And this was after some other disturbing things that I seen on the internet was matriculating and circulating. All right, so one, I'm looking at it like this. I'm looking at it like, yo, like that's wow. Like this is what boy be on. I'm like, yo, he crazy for this, right? First, I'm watching it, and I'm like, but I'm seeing like, okay, he had a plan. He knew he wanted to do something in New York. You know what I'm saying? He had a good idea about what he wanted to accomplish in New York. Maybe he just didn't, maybe he was just sitting back and looking at what he thought his angle was going to be, right? Um, but NYPD is one of the biggest gangs in existence, right? NYPD is not going to be okay with you just basically trying to make them a laughing stock for clout. Basically using them to be your springboard to your platform of fame, right? Just keep messing with NYPD. I get locked up sometimes, but what's the worst that could happen? That seemed like that was his approach, which people, kids, anybody watching this that is of the age and of the level of influence where you might actually be influenced by someone else's actions to do something detrimental to yourself, do not follow in bro footsteps, first of all. Because honestly, I'm surprised and God was looking out for bro because some of the things that in some of the conversations that even I witnessed, they could clap you and get away with it. You telling a police officer that you will take his weapon from him is literally a threat on camera that the right one might do something else and get away with and get off. You've seen that they got off of going in people's houses that was their actual house that they lived at, bodied somebody and got away with it. Think about that. They done bodied unarmed civilians that haven't done anything. And you gonna make it your stick, your thing, your twist, sensei, what up? To be the guy that goes and tells the police that you're gonna rob them. It's like, I get it. Everyone wants clout, everyone wants to, you know, be the person that does something that no one ever did, right? Ain't nobody ever did this. Yeah, there's a reason why some things are just better left undone. And I think one of them is bothering the boys on camera about anything other than what we're supposed to be bothering them about, right? Now, if you was trolling the boys on some, what made you become a cop, bro? You didn't care that you didn't care that this institution is as flawed as this system, man. You don't realize you're oppressing people that need your help every day. You don't feel bad about that, man. Think about what you represent now. Think about the fact that your brothers, all right, about to, are probably gonna unalive somebody innocent this week, and you're gonna have to stand with that. Is that the type of man you really are in your heart, black man? Now, if you were doing that, you was running down on them and putting them on the spot in some type of trolley way like that, right? Which I did like what he was doing with the with the Jewish people in Brooklyn. Even though I think he was being inappropriate, as it seems like his twist, seems like his thing to be inappropriate, right? But that was funny at least, right? That was at least a narrative. That's something that's like touching on something that might actually be going somewhere, right? In terms of intellectualism, showing or shedding light on things like we were the original Hebrews and stuff like that, right? So that approach to me was a little bit more like, okay, that was different and that was funny. But also, this is the thing, right? We know all the sayings. You make your bed, you lie in it, whatever, whatever. I think what happens with this internet era and what happens, especially with YouTube and with anything you do, right? Whether it's drugs, women, whatever it is, the more you do of something, the more normal it becomes to you, right? When it might not be a thing that you're supposed to do, period. But it's normal to you now, right? Because you've been doing it. This is what you do, right? If it's something that you do, it's just something you do. I learned that from things that I've done, right? It's regular for me to ask certain questions when dealing with a woman or when getting to know her, right? I want to know about your money. I want to know what you do. I want to know your background in terms of what. Those are the questions that matter to a person like me. But somebody else, they might be like, "Whoa, what do you care about that for? What do you care about my money? What does that have to do with me?" Um, a lot to a person like me. You know what I'm saying? So it's perspective is everything, right? So when you're in your own, when you're doing your own thing, right? When your thing is to actually create content, to be shocking, to do things that no one's seen before, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It becomes your thing to literally try and top the last thing you did. You want to do something even crazier than the last crazy thing you did. When it's like the last crazy thing you did could have got you. So, bro winds up getting grazed in the head, right? Allegedly, he said he was backdoored by some page in Brooklyn, which, by the way, is telling, brother. Sorry, that's telling. I don't know what, and this is another thing about this generation that confuses me. I guess bro is 25, you know what I'm saying? I don't know whether people don't understand fully that telling is telling is telling. But bro, if I right now, if somebody said, Jones, we want to book you for a feature, right? And they lured me to some place and then did something to me, robbed me, this, and that, stuff a law, God forbid. If I go online and say, yo, don't book with these guys, man. These guys just backdoored me. They backdoored me and that's why I'm in the hospital. Bro, you're telling. What is wrong with this generation? Like how y'all don't understand what a rat is? That is telling. It does not matter that you think you're moral, it's morally wrong what they did. So it's okay to tell? Is that what it is? Somebody does something that seems messed up enough, then it's okay to tell. Bro, if you're a street guy, which some of these guys claim to be. Now, if you said, listen, I'm not in the streets no more. I'm officially a YouTuber. I'm not affiliated with any type of gangs or whatever, which hopefully, then you would stop saying on King David, right? Or you would stop doing certain things those are not things that I'm sure your homies will be okay with, right? You just don't do those things if you're in the streets. You don't say those things. If your thing is gonna be that when something happens, I get the protection of the law. You don't get the protection of a law when you're an outlaw, bro. Period. There ain't no warning other people publicly. Like I don't be understanding for real, bro. Because his logic, I guess, I seen a little clip where he said he's going back and forth with somebody else, and niggas are snitching about some other stuff, because then they go on screen record it and post it. So you're telling on him telling, and you're telling about the fact that he's telling, and then you're telling because y'all are telling together on him telling about telling, and it's just telling and telling and telling. Like, y'all are crazy, man. But whatever. So long story short, the dude is basically saying, I didn't even get hit in the head. I got great. It was the fence that they just seen blood and thought I got to. Don't matter. If shots was let off at all and you led them to or indicated in any way whoever anybody was, you're telling. Period. Like what? Disappointed in you for that, Rich. Disappointed in you, bro. Because you was popping it like a lot of people really think this too. Tangent-wise, a lot of people really think this. They really think it's soft on the East Coast. They really think there's something soft about New York. There's something soft about Jersey. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all think because y'all get to ride around in cars with big old ARs and choppers and whatever, y'all are way spread out, bro. Y'all got way more spread. Like, y'all are not as concentrated. Even Chicago, which is a very concentrated city. You could drive for blocks and blocks in Chicago. This shit look flat. And then you'll see the projects. Big, long buildings over there. Y'all blocks is long as hell. Y'all spread out as hell. How are you going to walk around and ride around with big-ass choppers in a block with 1,500 people on it, bro? It don't make logical sense. But guess what? You think niggas ain't finding a way to do that? What is wrong with y'all niggas? Well, y'all be that goofy that y'all be thinking that that's it is. And I'm not calling you a goofy, bro, but I'm just saying that was goofy the way you tried to basically troll New York into saying that New York ain't built like that. Ain't no, I wish somebody would try me like that. I'm from Chicago and all that. Bro, what are you talking about? That is not a thing, okay? So I'm just, I know you in real life, Richard, so I don't want you to think I'm trying to play you, but I have to speak on things that I've watched you do, which are detrimental to not only our community, if there are young people following you and thinking I want to be like him, but also like, maybe I should have, I just didn't feel like I had that relationship with you, you know what I'm saying? To just hit you and be like, yo, bro, you wildin'. I'm sure plenty of people that love you done told you that. So what difference would it make if I said anything? Right? It'll probably be like, nigga, the hell you think you talking to? But the reality of it is, not only were you already making a living, making a name off being the guy to put your life in threatening positions, right? That's the first part. You making that your thing, to be the guy that goes viral because why? Because I do dangerous stuff. I'm the guy that's gonna bother the police, tell them, man, give me your pipe. You ain't built like that. You banking on every cop that you running into being cool enough to not. Okay. Then basically you start getting locked up. And I guess again, that's like another thing. I guess you think it's not that serious because you keep getting out or something, right? Because your clout's still going up. The attention of that video where you're getting locked up is getting them more. So when you get to see the views and you like, oh yeah, y'all just helping me. Bro, no, what they helped to do was build a federal case against you, which is why you're in the feds now, respectfully, right? And the difference is you might only get 2-3 years. He's not gonna get smoked by the feds for a gun charge. right? And ironically, when I just had a last, you know what I'm saying, running where I had you know what I'm saying, a situation, I was, you know, advised by my lawyer that, nah, if you did, it might even be better for you, right? But, you know, Lil Zay Osama got caught with a glizzy with the switchy and got 14 months in the feds, right? So it's not so much that, oh, you're cooked, you're done now that you're in the feds or whatever. It's really this thing. For certain people, certain things are different. Your time might be different than somebody else's time. You might wind up having to do some things that he didn't have to do. They might be on you a certain way that they ain't on him, right? And also, once you've established a pattern of basically, and I'm not helping nobody, so don't even try to act like I'm not against no brother. I want you to thrive and beat whatever situations that's against you, black man, first of all. But I'm speaking to my people. I'm speaking to the people that have been watching you and looking at it like trying to see what's gonna happen. You're entertaining. You're funny. You make music that's dope, right? He made a video from the hospital that was hard. It was fire, right? You're entertaining. You know, you got your crazy dance and all this stuff. Like I get it. The problem is setting a standard for crashing out for fame. Making an example of other people to believe that if you just go all the way out on some crazy stuff, you can get there. When in reality, I mean, 9 times out of 10, not only are you going to put yourself in a negative position, but people that love you. Because people that love you, those are going to be the ones that got to come up with the bail money. Those are going to be the ones that's worried, and whenever they do see a video or something from you, it gives them that feeling in the pit of their stomach where they don't know, oh, man, just barely survived again. If you want to do something like that, be a daredevil or something. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to ride bikes and do little mountain bike challenges and all that stuff. Doing things that basically are, let me put my life in danger on camera. That's gonna be the way I get in. We can't have stooped that low for that to be the new thing, right? And even Boonk Gang, right? Because I just seen the thing 1090 Jake on. Even Boonk Gang turned his life over to Jesus, whatever, right? Turned his life over to God, at least seemingly. You know what I'm saying? Salute, Mickey. Brooklyn 5510. I'm not even repeating that because that's crazy if you really feel that way, right? Black people actually are probably the most resilient human race that's ever lived. And we actually are the first humans. And obviously, our culture is not only the most influential, but has the most potential that's still untapped. And that's the issue. That's the point. If we're going to literally squander what our value is and what our talent is for clout and attention, look at the results, right? So, bro winds up getting grazed in the head or however that happens, and then gets indicted by the feds. Now, this is what, you know, I do wonder, right? I wonder this. In this moment, I wonder this. Not like I be sitting around thinking about this. But I thought about it like, should I even touch on this topic-wise? Hey, and I see y'all new people, hit that like when y'all come in here, man. Otherwise, you're being rude. Yeah. Hello? Wipe your feet at my door, please. But it made me wonder, and it makes you wonder. So what if somebody just did the opposite? What if they just, instead of doing all that extra crazy clout stuff, what if since I first met bro, and he was in the studio, in the back of the studio, just chilling, quiet, whatever. What if that whole time he was just working on his music, on his sound, on his relationships, without doing anything else extra? I wonder if he would have been able to create, you know what I'm saying, even more, not only sustainable, but maintainable and residual career. You know what I'm saying? I think people don't even believe in just putting in good old work no more. They think I gotta do something, to the point where it even be affecting me sometimes, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It even be affecting me to the point where I be thinking, man, I gotta do something. And you know what winds up happening? By the grace of Allah, something always happens organically. So I ain't gotta do it. Just when I'm thinking, damn, I gotta do something. I've been quiet lately, ain't even talking about me. It'd be Skrilla Baby says Serius Jones and Murder Mook taught him how to rap. Oh, on Double XL, where he said that? Oh, right? Or it'll be somebody will remix an old clip from a battle or something, some new stuff, or a battle, or this will come up. Or I get a freestyle opportunity on one of the big platforms and I go crazy, or something. There's always been something anchoring me in this culture still, by the grace of Allah. But if I decided to take that approach years ago, I wonder what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? If I took that approach years ago, I wonder, you know what I'm saying? I might not be here to talk to y'all today. Or, hey, you know, is that the new thing? Hey, risk your life all the way, man. We like to let you have it, Jones. You know, we been knew you've been the guy, but you're not jumping in front of police cars like these new crazy guys. But what I do know is people wouldn't be saying stuff like, they wouldn't be sending posts out and saying stuff like, hey man, I need somebody to help me out with a lawyer or support or this and this and that, if all that stuff was actually, you know, worth it. Meaning like you actually were winning. You actually were gaining real support, real fans, real people that really were dedicated to you and wanted to see you win, jacking your music, your merch, your movement. Everybody wants to see a show. If you look like you're going crazy, you look like you're about to crash out, everybody's like this. Who don't want to see that? But I think our people, when I say our people, I mean, you know, not just black people, but people that are like of the hip hop diaspora. You know what I'm saying? People that's paying attention to YouTubes and social media and, you know what I'm saying, all the new whatever. People confuse having the attention of the masses as having a real fan base. People confuse a demographic, a group of people, as, and the attention of those people as you having business with these people. Don't get confused, y'all. I'm talking to the youth right now. And I mean, a lot of people don't even understand or believe, but I get reminded, you know what I'm saying? I'm in McDonald's not too long ago, and a young 14-year-old Mexican kid is shy to come up. Go ahead, go. You serious, Joe? If they know, all right? It's the older people that want to hate and act like, oh, young people ain't jacking. You know, the young people know what they like. They know when somebody's a legend. They still watching your older stuff and your newer stuff. And by the grace of Allah, that's what keeps me going. Because I know they still jacking it. They tell me. So I'm talking to y'all. I'm not talking to these old corny dudes that shouldn't even be doing that. Y'all should know better. Right? But I'm talking to the younger generation. I'm talking to those that really think that you gotta do something crazy to get lit. You gotta slide on your ops and record it. You gotta let people know. Bruh, you don't gotta risk your freedom to live free, except for like, you know, the other ways. Where that's a thing sometimes, right? You ain't gotta put yourself and your family and your name in harm's way on some weird clout moves, bro. You don't gotta do that. And honestly, especially if you're talented. And I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you because Richie you're a little crazy, little bro. So I can't even guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? But I would think that while you sitting in that cell, even if you're only gonna get 4 years, 2 years, 3 years, I'm pretty sure that you're thinking about things in a different light. That you're thinking, maybe I could have did something a little different. Maybe I didn't have to do all that extra stuff. Because he's blessed if they only give him that strap charge. Because continuously taking a stance against authorities could be looked at and could be perceived as other words that I won't say because I don't want to give them no, ideas. If God forbid they, hopefully they ain't watching me, but you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, what if they decided to take that approach? You know what I'm saying? You don't take us serious. We keep locking you up and you're going to keep disrespecting us. So you know what? All right, how about this? Bam! Hopefully he doesn't try to do no antics in that courtroom. Hopefully he's smart enough to not do that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people take that type of trolling to the next level. They, the cameras in there and all that. You know what I'm saying? Some people do say mug shots on it. They be doing all that extra stuff to the point where it's like, bro, you, and that's what winds up happening on some level. Wind up giving people no choice, where they gotta send a message to show, listen, see, we're not playing with people doing this, and that's what they need. That's what they need to do with these school whaters and stuff like that, because people see other things, that other clout moves, and think, you know what, maybe I'll do that. And that's the dangerous part about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's not, necessarily fair or whatever for, someone to be held responsible for everyone else's following them. But that's the way the world is. If you're going to take a stand and be a pioneer about doing something in a negative way, then you got to know that, bro, you're really inspiring people to crash. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm positive, there's somebody else somewhere that has made a video trolling the police or doing something extra that they would normally not do because they got confidence out of seeing you do it, Rich. Not hating on you, brother. Not hating on no black man trying to make a way. I know we all trying to make a way. But hopefully, this situation that you're going through, bro, is at least a wake-up call that, yeah, you moving kind of crazy. You moving kind of high. And especially once you already know that you're not in good. So, But that's that. You know what I'm saying? It was just an interesting thing for me to see. This is a person that was right next to me. I'm seeing this person every other day for, I don't know. Yeah. Somebody want to blow up my phone now. But yeah, man. So that's the story. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's not the end of the story of Famous Richard. Hopefully he's gonna use his talents in a positive way. Hopefully he's gonna, take advantage of the opportunity that, he's still putting a lot of work. You know what I mean? It's just about the type of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do all that extra trolling, bro. I know that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? I know we're in a trolley era. I know they was eating it up and thinking it was funny and whatever. But those are the same people in your comments now calling you an idiot, saying that you like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, we knew it. Aha. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, attention and clout is not money. You know what I'm saying? Can you use it and turn it into money? Sure, you can. But for the most part, we gotta start looking at, you know what I'm saying? We gotta just value our lives and our freedom, you know what I'm saying, more than money. Because that's what it seems like. If somebody's looking from the outside looking in, it will look like this man is really sacrificing his safety and his freedom for likes and attention and money. And it's not even money, it's the potential to make money almost, right? Because it ain't like you turn around and, you know what, yeah, I did this today, and boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I trolled 17 police today. Oh damn, well you get $5,000 for that. Like it ain't even like it's directly proportional. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just gotta be more mindful of the fact that, like, bro, this is an era when it kinda it's a serious thing, man. And police, everybody else, they're paying attention to this social media. They will use that to bury your ass on top of it, right? So things that might seem regular to you, once they are on social media, they are enhanced. It is not regular for you to have a gun. If you are a felon, you are not supposed to have guns. There is no way that you should just be comfortably having guns on your social media, posted it and everything else, just because why? That's a standard. That's a standard for rappers and whoever else. So you think it's okay to do that just because what? It's just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got pipes in their videos. Like, what? Bro, what world, you know? You go to prison. Like, it ain't just entertainment. Like, we think it was just a prop. Why do people still think that works? You see niggas going to prison behind it. Why you still, it's that important that you let niggas know you got your pipe? That's that important? Obviously, they ain't gonna save you from getting, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you see niggas still try to line you, bro. So it ain't like that ain't the thing either. You know what I'm saying? You're not avoiding no situation by niggas thinking you got it on you. So if that's, what's that doing? You'd be better off having obviously fake prop joints and doing your comedy sketches and whatever else, because it will have the same result. The only reason why people be jacking things a different way is because, you know, they look at everybody as crash out and weirdo nowadays. You damn near will be the exception to be somebody that is actually smart. And it's actually like, oh damn, nah, he's actually smart. He don't even be meaning this shit. He just be, if you're gonna be a troll, be a real troll. Don't troll your real life away. Come on, man. But anyway, that's that. I just wanted to tap on that, you know, pause one time just because I thought it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was interesting to see somebody that has so much, I don't want to say self-control, because maybe he ain't want to say nothing to me. Maybe he ain't want to say nothing in our sessions or whatever. But me personally, for somebody that has so much energy, somebody that was so animated, somebody that you see is all over the place, boundless energy, right? To see somebody like that just quiet and in pocket and just chilling for almost a year, to then see that they just can't contain themselves on the internet. It's just all over the place. To me, that's a strategic thing. Bro know what he's doing. But I don't think he knows what he's doing in the fact that, like, you're doing too much things you can't undo. Some of this you can't undo. Some of this you can't erase. You understand what I'm saying? So, bro, free Famous Richard, because I don't want nobody in jail. But move better, bro. You know what I'm saying? You a smart brother, I can tell. I just think that you're still too wrapped up in, you know, whatever this stuff is. And it's not real, it's not rational. You're not gonna be able to succeed in moving that hot. There's no possible way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to move that hot and actually wind up in a positive space. And anybody that's paying attention, please learn the lessons. Watch what happens. Because we've had trolls come, we've had trolls go. We have some that's still seeming like a staple. Some people might look at Charleston, well, what about Charleston White? What about this one? Like, yeah, there's gonna be some people that seemingly have not reaped what they sowed out of all of their content and all that. But it does get to a point where it's like, bro, we all gotta pay, you know, we all gotta pay. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna read a couple of y'all comments. Y'all can ask me a couple questions, and I'm gonna get out of here and see who this is blowing my phone up. What you been on, Brody? How's life, man? Oh man, I'm hanging on like a chandelier, man. I'm still here. Who we talking about? We're talking about Famous Richard. If you know who that is, you know. He said it's Nas. Deep Dive says real talk. Greg Perry says being corny is the new cool. Huh? Tell me about it. He said he went overboard, but he had it. Yeah, I feel like he did a little extra overbaked. Yeah, you mean me or him? He said, I'm not gonna hold you. The little dude, Richard, wasn't advised the truth about here in NYC. Yeah, like I don't know who bro was hanging out with or what. That's like, once I seen him taking that approach, like I felt like I know niggas feel that way, right? And I done talked to, street dudes from all over America. So I know that that's a sentiment that some niggas be having. Man, y'all don't even got no guns like that in New York, man. Da 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 da. Like they really be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what they've seen and what the perception has been, oh, you get $150 and all that. They don't understand that in New York, you just have to be a ninja, right? You can't just clap somebody right there in broad daylight and usually get away with it. So you gotta be creative. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find other and more effective ways to actually, you know what I'm saying, to get your target. That makes you more dangerous. Hello? That makes you more creative. That makes you think of other things. What you think, the natural urge that man has to unalive goes away in a big city? What's wrong with y'all? And the sad part is that's what's up in the M rate. That's why New York is up on the M rate, because you got New Yorkers and people here feeling like, oh, they think it's sweet? Oh, all right, watch this. Come on, man. So that whole thing, that whole people wanting to be, have the most hats and, wanting their city to be more tough than the next city, that's real young, immature perspective, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're somebody that's an influencer and you're influencing people to even think like that, then you gotta get your mind right, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing you should be trying to convince people that it's cool is to come to play in New York because it's sweet. It ain't cool to play nowhere, bro. What's cool is taking care of your family. What's cool is getting money without having to do a bunch of extra goofy shit. What's cool is not putting ourselves in a position to lose our lives just to try to create a better life. Hello. But anyway, he said Pac or Biggie. What you mean Pac or Biggie? Pac and Biggie. Hello? We're not taking legends out of our history and our legacy. You know what I'm saying? Pac and Biggie. And think about this. Both of them brothers was under 25, bro. Both of them brothers died before they was even in their late 20s. And look how mature they was. Go look at a Biggie interview. He was 20, 21, 22. Talking like a 35-year-old man. Same thing with Pac. This is young brothers that haven't even, come on, bro. So, we gotta understand what type of men we breeding. And this generation right here, we breeding a lot of men that ain't moving very manly. All right? So, let's get on that, man. And you know what I'm saying? And Brother Richard knows that. That's why when he goes and messes with the Jews and stuff and he says certain stuff, you know what a black man is supposed to be moving like. You know what we could represent. You know what we're about for real. Right? You know what our ancestors was on. So come on, man. We got to find that balance in this era. It's hard for a lot of us, me included. We got to move like what we are and what we're supposed to. Right? You can't just be doing anything for clout. I'm not doing it. As y'all know, I can do that right now. I can go outside right now and just do some weirdness. Go to the Blade, start filming hookers. I could do anything. But I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna keep it organic and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And hopefully there's enough humans on this planet that actually appreciate and will tap in to some real organic vibes, right? You know what I'm saying? But if not, then we're gonna ride out with those that do. Hello? But anyway, where to purchase the Art of Word War? Right now, you can Google just the Art of Word War. It will pop up. The Art of Word War. That is my battle rap handbook. That is the book that is basically the breakdown of not only the history of battle rap, but I'm breaking down the tactics, I'm breaking down the characters, I'm breaking down how spoken word has evolved from Africa to the Shakespeare era to dancehall reggae today, right? It's fire. You're gonna love it if you give it a chance, I promise you. It's 2 hours long, it's an audio film basically. It's really a movie, but it's no visuals, it's just audio, right? Sound effects, etc., right? So make sure y'all tap in, get the Art of Word War right now, right? It's available everywhere. Google Play, Amazon, Audible, etc. In addition to that, I got 3 different projects that's been out recently. They are fire. Don't take my word for it. Prove me wrong. Go listen to it so you can come back and say, Jones, that was trash. It's fire. 9 times out of 10 is better than what you listening to, bro. Please don't believe me. Please don't believe me. Go listen. Type in Serius Jones somewhere, bro. You here? Why not? Go type in Serius Jones, bro. Meet the Wolf is out right now. TCOF is out right now. G.I. Jones is out right now. Mostly all produced by me, too. Most of my music, I'm making the beats, bro. Like, come on, bro. I don't know too many humans that can do what I can do, that live the type of life that I lived and that's still here kicking the TR-1000, that ain't did no sucker shit, ain't out here crashing up for clout, ain't out here trying to throw people under the bus, ain't out here jumping on every little topic to try and whatever, catch the algorithm. I'm really speaking on what's from the heart. I'm really speaking on my art, and I'm really speaking on my personal experience in this game as somebody that survived and thrived this long. So stay in tune, man. And if you want to show love to the cause, I appreciate you because I don't got no labels and I don't got no fables. All right? Ain't no manager, ain't no handlers. It's just me and Sherry. And the mission of being one of the greatest that ever did it. It's just one of the tallest feats that you could possibly have in life, which is going from being one man to being an international superstar. So if you want to help, nigga. $ the Wolfway. $ the Wolfway is my cash app. Any donations is all appreciated, okay? I don't really even campaign for that like that, but other people be telling me like, hey, you bugging, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you want to show me some love and some support, I'll be very grateful, you know what I'm saying? $ the Wolfway, anything you send, $20, $100, $1,000. It will all go to the cause of this. Of me putting more music out, more products out, me upgrading my personal setup, me upgrading this channel, me upgrading my presentation and my story and what I can do to help the world. Because that's my only mission besides raising my daughter at this point. And just being a good nigga to my family and friends. It's pushing this culture pushing this culture forward and putting, this culture in the right light. As long as I can, you know what I mean? But salute, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all soon, man. Stay sucker free, man. And don't be out here doing anything to just try to create something. Because you can lose everything.